the main factors, obviously, that attracts anyone to go abroad to a good educational institution is the quality. Now there are many more institutions in US which give fantastic quality. In India, in UK, and other places, you can count a few great institutions, but in US across the board, you'll find many more. I have personally visited more than 200 colleges in the US, and each college that I go to, no matter what the ranking, I feel like I want to stay back and study here. The whole atmosphere, the environment, the infrastructure, etc. The study pattern, methodology, they are so attractive, and the quality is really good by far across a wider number of universities there. However, the most important part, and I need you to really understand this, is the flexibility that the US institutions are offering. In many places across the world, including in India, when a student applies to college, they have to know what they want to study, whether it's a BBA or a BSc in physics or an engineering degree in civil engineering or mechanical engineering. You have to be very clear about your academic choices and what you want to study because you apply into a particular program. You don't apply to the university and say, I'm going to come there and then decide what I want to study. You will apply into a particular program, right? And God forbid, you're just 17, 18. What if you don't really know what you want for the rest of your life? What you think you want to do business, but once you go to university and you start taking up business courses, you realize this is not really the field for you. It happened to me. I went to Stanford University thinking I want to do computer science because everyone around me was talking about this sunrise sector, IT and computer science. And I said, yes, I want a career. But within a year and a half, I realized I don't see myself sitting in front of a computer and coding away my life. I took some courses in other areas like economics and I fell in love with that subject. And I ultimately ended up doing a major in economics. So I was able, when I was in the US, to change my major in my third year after 2 years from computer science to economics and still graduate within the 4 years that I was getting. So this flexibility to explore your options, to experiment. All universities have a large number of majors that students can choose from. Even the smallest universities with 1,500 to 2,000 students may have 30 to 40 majors that students can select from, while the larger universities with 30, 40,000 students will probably have more than 400 majors that people can do. Many universities, in fact, also allow your students to design their own majors. Let's say there is something you don't have, the university does not have, but the student comes up with this major that they want to do and joining a few courses on the university campus, maybe a few courses outside, they petition the university that I want to create this major of my own. And if it is good, if it is possible, the university will allow them to create their major and graduate with a self-designed major. So a lot of flexibility, as you can see, is available in most of the universities in the USA. Apart from the academics, you will also get opportunities to apply your theory. The research opportunities. In fact, in the US, undergrads can work with a professor, help them do research, write and co-author papers with them from the first week itself. You don't have to be a postgrad student or a master's student to do research with professors. You can start from day one, talk to a professor and say, I love what you're doing. I would like to contribute and help you with the research. And if you're good, yes, you would be able to do research. There's a lot of stress on undergraduate research, giving you the opportunities to do independent research or to work with other students or faculty members to do joint research. There's a lot of funding available from private industry, from the government, which comes into the university to the professors, and they're more than willing to get assistants and peer students to help them with it. You'll also be, the students will be allowed to do interface with the industry once they're ready. I'm putting a couple of numbers out here. Even number 200 to 400 have good resources and great faculty. What would that mean? And I'm sure some of you have already guessed. This is the ranking. We Indians and people across the world love rankings a lot. So even number 200 to number 400 have good resources and great faculty. And actually, it's true. I told you about colleges I visit, which are not even in the top 200, top 500 in the world, in the country, but they have such good resources that you want to study there. So don't go strictly by rankings. I will obviously I have a section on that where we talk about the factors you should. Again, a few numbers at the very top, 1 to 2% versus 3 to 15%. Now, these are admit rates. Colleges, in India, you can see that there are more than 15 lakh students who are applying to the IITs, for about 20-30,000 seats. That's less than 2% acceptance rate. Look at Hindu College, look at SRCC, St. Stephen's. Their cutoffs this were up to 100% for certain courses. So this is the competition that we are facing in India for our students who want to get into the top universities versus in the US where the top universities have a selectivity rate of between 3 to 15%. So in many ways, it might actually be easier to get into a better ranked university in the US than in India, right? So, you never know. You should be trying, you should be asking your students that no, nothing is beyond the limit. You can always try to go into Indian universities, but by far you might be able to get into better universities abroad, which are easier to get in some ways. Again, very important for parents and for students that what happens after, what are the outcomes, what happens after I graduate, am I employable, will I be able to get a job, would I be qualified to go for a master's program in the US, elsewhere in the world. So all the universities you're going to be sending your students to, you will make sure that yes, these are valid, these are accredited universities where the skills they get will be ready, will be job ready, career ready, as well as masters ready. There are so many great master's programs in the US, elsewhere in the world. These will prepare them and give them the skills required